Greetings, fellow gamers. This is Small Archangel. Thank you for joining me for this week's episode of Rising World Medieval. Our village is looking a little bit more peopled now. We've got an extra stall holder. I've even put in a couple of villagers who I've allowed to wander around. We might have more of those, as I say, provided they don't cause any problems. I've got quite enough problems with pigs wandering randomly into my well every 5 seconds, so I've just got a couple of them at the moment. See, I've got a pig yet again with its head clipping through my well. I do not know why this keeps happening, but they're pretty much keeping my butchers in pork at the moment. I've got a chicken wandering around and I haven't killed it because, quite frankly, it's very authentic indeed. And then I've done a little bit of off-camera on the tannery, including adding an actual tanner. Hello, Mr. Tanner. Again, all these NPCs currently have no names, so they're up for grabs. And I've added some animal hides into here as well. We've got some actual animal hides from the game in some of our tanning racks, just because, well, they look good as well as everything else. And then I've hung some animal hides up here as well. And I've hung some up in our... Hello, can I go up the ladder, please? There we go. I've hung some up here as well, just to dry from the beams here. So there we go. Okay, I did intend to get some sort of scrapers and things and sort of make a poster with some tanner tools on there as well, but I forgot to do that, so I might do that later on perhaps. For the moment, we have other things to do. Oh, I find it so hard to go down the ladders. Up, what is one thing, down is quite another. Alright, so there we go. So that's our tannery, which is more or less complete now, really. So on to the next project. Now, unfortunately, I'm having to be a little bit careful at the moment because I am in danger of getting RSI. Too many mouse clicks. So I'm going to have to go easy. So I'm not going to be able to do I'm not going to be able to do very much. Unfortunately, these videos take a long time generally. They take a lot of mouse clicks, they take a lot of work, and it takes its toll. It takes its toll, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to go a little bit easy, and so I thought what we do this time is a fairly small build, and we're not going to get all of it done even then. We're going to do I haven't quite leveled this off properly, have I? I wonder if we can do a better job of it. We're going to do an apothecary. So I'll just, there we go, that looks better, doesn't it? Okay, so this is going to be an apothecary shop, and it's only going to be a small one. I was going to do a cobbler, but then I thought, no, at this point in history, it's far more likely that the tailor would have made all the shoes as well, because they weren't really cobbled, so to speak. They might have had some sort of metal on the soles or something, but otherwise, they were pretty much, you know, animal skin, and that was about it. So tailor, tanner, they would have had more to do with cobbling, really. Okay, so we're going to have a small shop here, which is going to be, broadly speaking, on the same model as this, only, as I say, smaller. It will only have one story above, and I think I might make it a little bit different by making stone walls a bit like these ones here. So let's see if we've got any of those blocks for a start. Oh, we've got 2. Well, whoopee-doo. Okay. Well, nonetheless, I think that's probably the right stone to have. So we'll take some of that. And then we're going to need some. We're going to need some of these, and we have lots of them. So that's fine. We'll take those. We're going to need some timbers, of course. I think I've got some in here. Oh no, I used them all up, so I'm going to need to make some more, but I've got some trees, logs that I've chopped down for the purpose, so I'll have to get some of those, and we're going to have to get some more of these stone blocks here, so we'll go and get those first. Okay, there we go. So we're probably going to lose the light at some point pretty soon, but before we do, let's just see. Oh, now, yes, the usual universal problem, really. Oh, look, there's another bit that I've missed with my rake. Let's just see if we can level that over. I thought I'd done it all. Clearly not. Yeah, the usual problem with this game is, of course, you cannot turn your blocks around, so they have to face in a certain direction, which means everything ends up on very much on a grid system. When personally, I would prefer if it was a little bit more random, really. But there you go. What can we do? All right, so I'm gonna have a medieval shop kind of in miniature here. So let's just see. I'm gonna have maybe there. And we're going to have, I think I'll make it 1 block further back than that. There we go, like this. Should we have it about 10 blocks wide? And then similar in this direction. Might end up having to make some more, plant some more grass there after the fact. And then the front part of it is actually going to be wattle and daub. So there's only 8 here, but we're just planning it out a little bit first. So probably only going to have a smallish piece at the front, maybe like that. Maybe not actually. I think probably 3 blocks. I don't know. Actually, maybe yeah. Maybe 4 blocks is the way it should be. Be even Stevens then. Okay, I think we've got the right kind of size now. I think, as I say, it's not a very big place, but yeah, we might put a little bit of a lean-to on the side there as well, maybe. That might, I don't know, that might look good or give us a little bit of extra storage space. Or maybe it's going to be okay as it is. I'm not sure, but in any case, let's get building in our usual style. So we're going to need to establish how tall it's going to be. It's going to be quite tall in actual point of fact. So let's just see. Whoops. I'll just jump up here a fair few blocks. And as I say, only really... That's going to hurt. Yep, that hurt. Okay. Only really the top part, the front part of this is actually going to be wattle and daub like those. It's going to be a little bit of a poorer building than they are. Well, once I've hurt myself once on here, I may as well. Yeah, can't do it. Okay, one more then. Oh, there's our basic frame, I suppose, in stone, and from there it's going to go up. We're going to have a gable end, and it's going to have an upstairs, but it's going to have a fairly small upstairs, I think. The shop front is going to be... Well, it's going to be a little bit difficult to tell, I guess, because what we're going to end up with, really, is we're going to have... this is going to be wood frame here. So these blocks that I've got here, they're just to mark out where the wattle and daub section will be, but that's ultimately going to be stone, because we're going to have a timber frame section here. So the shop part is essentially outside, and then this bit here will be our actual... indoor section, if you see what I mean. So we'll put stone there, and I'm not sure if I need to put stone across there, so I'll just leave that for the time being. We've only got 8 blocks here left anyway, so let's just work out where there we go. Let's just work out where all of our that makes more sense, doesn't it? Let's just make sure we know where all our windows are going to be, and of course we're going to have a door at the front to one side. So let's see, where's going to be the most sensible place for the door? I guess on this side, isn't it? Because that's where people are going to more likely to walk up to. Or that side, I don't know. Does it make much difference? I don't think it does. We'll have the door there, I think. So I'll just place that there for the minute. Okay, so if we have windows, do they need to be at this level or the one above? I think maybe they need to be at that level, actually. They're to let light in rather than to look out of. And I'm not sure that we actually want a window in the front at all, which sounds bizarre, but in actual fact, that's not a shop window in any case. Oh, run out again. That's not going to be a shop window in any case. It's going to be our shop front, if you like, is going to be the shop window. So we're going to have all our wares on display kind of here. We might have a shop interior as well, but it's going to be mostly sort of storage and what have you. So here just needs to be a blank wall. Okay, there we go. So we've just got a couple of windows, one in either side, and a blank back wall, because the back wall is probably going to be where we're going to be putting our storage shelves, and Apothecary needs lots of those. And I've had a bit of a change of heart on the frontage here, and I've decided that our frontage probably ought to be wattle and daub as well. So that's what we're going to do. Our door is going to be there, isn't it? So let's just fill this in. And as I say, this is going to be blank as well, because we don't have a shop window in the same sense as we do in modern shops. Now, is that 4 blocks high? I believe it is. Yes, it is. Good. Then we can fill that in. And there as well. And about that height above the door there is where we're going to have the rest of the building is going to jut out as this one over here did. But perhaps this time it's going to jut out further than that, like 3 blocks like we've got here, because we're going to have a support system in timber here. So it's not going to be too ungainly. Let's see if we've got enough blocks to do that. There we go. Okay, doesn't look much at the moment, does it? Fairly unassuming. But yeah, we are going to need some stone for the footings of the porch area. So I'm just going to put that back. We're going to keep these, obviously. Going to need those. So I will take all of those. There we go. And these are probably going to be the right kind of, that's going to be the right kind of stone for the porch area. I'm going to need to make some more though. And I don't have any stone, so I'm going to have to get some stone. I'm fairly sure we've got some down here. In here. There we go. So I'll make myself a few of those. In any case, they will probably come in handy somewhere else. It's here in my favourites. There it is. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to replace these blocks here with the stone that we've just made. And then we've got a stone paved area outside our shop, basically like this. And this is slightly less rough stone because of course it has to be walked on, so it has to be more durable. There we are, and we'll probably put stone in here as well. We'll probably continue with the stone flooring in here like this, because yeah, that's going to be the best flooring to have in there as well. It's, as I say, not a very big building, but we'll give it a little bit of length by putting the front on it. I may yet extend it back a smidgen. Obviously, we're not going to need a ton of timbering on this one because it's a stone building. I'll probably put a bit on, but most of the timbering is going to be on the front here. So I'm going to get on and just fill in the flooring in here. I'm going to run out of blocks, of course, as per usual, and need to make some more. But then we also need to get our scaffolding out and sort of... Actually, I'm not sure if I want to do that right now. What's going to be the best thing to do? Because we're going to need to put the timbering structure on here, but we're also going to need to know how tall the building needs to be in order to work out where the front juts out. We're probably going to have to take some of those out. We're going to need to put some steps in on the inside as well, some stairs in on the inside. So I think I might just have to make this extend backwards a little bit because it's going to be a little bit difficult to even fit a staircase in there at the moment. Okay, so we're going to put some of the structure on the front of this just so that we can see where that's going to go up to, and then once we've got that, we're going to be able to timbering, then we're going to be able to work out where the top story goes and thus how far up the stairs need to be. I think probably our floor is going to be there, isn't it? Realistically, it's going to be there. So that's where the stairs are going to need to take us to. But first, I have decided that actually we do need some sort of window here, because what we're going to have is this is the access for people who are doing their shopping, and then they're going to be underneath. It's going to be very similar to the one we have over there. So shoppers are going to stand here, and the shopkeeper is going to be behind a window here. So I will just take out this, a few blocks here. I'm not quite sure how many. Kind of like this, I guess. There we go. And I might even make an arch at the top of this, although that might be a bit difficult to deal with the timbering, so I might just have to leave it square for the time being. Is this going to be the right kind of height, or does it? I think it probably needs to be lower than that, doesn't it? It probably needs to be. Does it? That is difficult to tell. I think maybe that's okay, actually. I think maybe we just need to leave it at that kind of height. Yeah, we'll leave it at that height for the moment. I think it might be a little bit... Is it lower than that in our other... I think it is. I think it's just 1 block high, isn't it? So maybe we should have this 1 block high as well. This might be a little bit too... It might be a little bit too high up. I don't know. Let's just see what it looks like. Okay, so we'll leave it like that for the time being. And then we're going to need to put some stairs in because our floor is going to be, yeah, up above on that kind of level there. And once we've got stairs in there, we're going to be able to actually access the top story, which means that it'll be easier to build up there as well. So let's see if we've got any stairs left in here. We've got 3 here. So I've got loads of blocks in my inventory now. 3 there, and I can probably make some more. We've got some here as well, but they're more upper story stairs. And we've got some blocks like that too. Okay, let's see if we can make some more blocks. Okay, here we go. So it's still a little bit dingy, I'm afraid, but what can you do? It'll brighten up, hopefully, in a bit. So our floor level's going to be there, which means I'll put our stairs on this side, I think. Means that our stairs are going to intersect with this window. Of course they are. Nope, they're going to go just underneath it, which is great. There we are. Of course, we could always have a ladder access rather than actual stairs, but I think probably stairs is a better bet, isn't it? And I'm probably going to have insufficient blocks to do this. That said, it really is quite dingy when the weather's grey, isn't it? I do like having weather in games, but it has to be said, there are some definite disadvantages to it as well. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, there we go. So there's our cupboard space underneath the stairs. And then, of course, we're going to need our floor above, for which I won't have sufficient blocks, obviously. Not by a long chalk, but there we go. So that tells you what kind of stuff, how much we're going to have to make for that, how much flooring, but I can deal with that later. And then, do we have our beams? We do have our beams. Let's just make a start on that, because I'm probably not going to be able to do too much more on this today. As I say, when the RSI plays up. Now, one other thing that I was thinking of doing, just because it might look quite nice, was perhaps having a couple of sort of stone footings for our pillars, for our wooden pillars as well. I'm going to see if we can make these thicker. I don't know what length they are. Not long enough, probably, but I don't know actually. I mean, where are we going to need this to go up to? Let's just see. Again, realistically, our floor level is there. So that is where we are likely to need our wattle and daub part of the building to need to start. And we're probably going to have to take this out, to be fair, and change it into wattle and daub. So I'm just going to put a marker there and a marker there, like that. That's basically where that's going to start. Although this in here might need to be wood rather than wattle and daub like that. Then plaster. And then if I do this, is that going to be the right kind of height? It's actually going to be a bit too tall. But that's going to be too short. So there we go. No such thing as the right length there, unfortunately. Let's just see. No, definitely not. We're going to need that to be long enough to just clip through, unfortunately. And we'll put 3 of them like that. There we go. We're going to need more than 3. Possibly, possibly not. Kind of difficult to tell. Oops, not too far. And then we're going to need to join them together as well. And this looks, yeah, I think probably we'll need to make that a little bit longer. Oh, it doesn't look like it's going to want to join together at all there, does it? Well, I can do that. And then we need to, let's just see if making that shorter. No, doesn't work at all. Okay, let's see if we can get it to play nice by going in the opposite direction. And then we are going to have our usual, we're going to have some posts here as well, but I might just put these ones straight into the wall like that. Although, perhaps isn't much point because we're going to have to change that from stone. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just leave it the way it is. I don't know. But we're going to have some, some beams going in this direction as well. Get the grid back on again. And shorten this. Hopefully this time it will join up properly. Oh, no it won't. How annoying. And then, probably going to want some like this as well. A bit shorter, of course, and somewhat narrower. And again, it's not really wanting to play ball here. Like that, perhaps. And one in the opposite direction too. Okay, so that's got that bit of the timbering more or less sorted. Now, our beams that we have here, they're going to carry on at that thickness. We're going to have these continue on upwards as well. So it's entirely possible that we want to get rid of the block that I put in there as a marker, but I will sort of change this around as I go. This is more or less going to be as high as we go from here. So what I will do, for the time being, I will make some more of these beams and hopefully make them the right length, but that did not work out last time so well. I think we have to poke them through from this side in order for them to be the right kind of length. There we go, and placed correctly. And I'll see if I can get them vaguely even. There we go. So we've got a load of beams there now to support the upper story, and we can place our wattle door blocks perhaps on top of that, or perhaps some wood blocks, because that is going to be the floor, which means that when we go up here now, and I need to get this floor sorted out so that it extends all the way over there, actually this bit, these blocks here, need to be taken out because they are in our way. The floor here is actually going to extend over in this direction. It's going to come out here and go all the way over there. So basically, it's going to be here. Like that. And then we need to take these blocks out. Okay, there we are. So we've got our floor here now upstairs, and you can see where we've got the porch area below, and then this is going to continue upwards as basically to our gable, which will be just here. It's not going to be ever so high up here, I don't think, and that's going to be the timbered frontage. And it is just the front that the shop faces to the world that is going to be timber. And yeah, I think we're going to have to take out these blocks here and make those, we're going to have to make those plaster as well. But that gives us a basic idea of how this place is going to turn out. Where's my timbers? Here they are. We could probably, in the meantime, just before we finish, we could do with sorting out some of these. Let's put some timbers on the frontage as well. And it's a shame that that isn't going to isn't going to marry up quite with the beams, but I don't think it matters that much. But we definitely need some there, and either side of our door too. There we go. And then of course we're going to need, that is not what I meant, we're going to need to put some across this way, oops, as well. And I think we'll just make this one a little bit narrower. There we are, and that's a fairly decent start, I think. Although, yeah, we're going to need one here as well, aren't we? Like so. And then maybe one on the inside as well. Although that one, by the look of it, will need to be a little bit longer. But I think I'll leave that until we do the interior of our shop. There we go. So I've got a little bit of work to do off camera, but not too much, I hope, because it's the off camera stuff that's killing, really. Not only does it take a lot of time, as I say, it takes a lot of mouse clicks, and I do play a lot of games where really there isn't a viable alternative. We pretty much have to use the mouse. So yeah, not ever so helpful. Looks to me like we need some more timbering on here as well. It really is very expensive on the wood, but then the medieval period was in real life as well, and we're going to need another one of those on the other side, though not quite so long. Kind of like that. There we go. And then, yeah, the upper part there is going to need to be timbered also. But we're going to have to work on that next time, I think. So, apologies if the episode's a little bit brief this time. One of the problems, as I say, is just trying to keep episode lengths to a sane length whilst eliminating all the boring parts and just kind of, you know, sort of editing things together to, you know, sort of speed edit through the grind. And that is very difficult to place. There we go. And still get episodes to be the right length. So I hope I will manage that. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, let me know by hitting that like button. Don't forget to keep the place and people names coming in so that I can get this place feeling a bit more lived in. And get our NPCs around about the place. I'm going to put some more villages around the place, I think, as well. I'm just doing it slowly and gradually at the moment to see what happens. I'm not quite sure how far the villagers wander. We've got one clipping. Oh, look, they're doing... I think they do the same thing as the animals. Look at this guy. He's now on top of a block that I've placed. And she was face against the wall. So I think they've got just as good AI as the pigs, for example. And my fear is that we're going to end up with NPCs like this, just stuck through buildings, and I'm going to end up having to hit them with a rolling pin or something to make them go away. Anyway, guys, I'm going to do an update soon, I hope, because I hope that soon we're going to have an update for me to do a little update video on, because mounts are a-coming. Yes, they are. Horses, but the devs have also hinted at possible other mounts as well. The mind boggles, but it's a nice prospect. I've been looking forward to this a long time in the game. So once that happens, I will do a little in-game update to just kind of show off the new content as much as I can. And we will take a little break in our medieval series, building wise anyway, to get ourselves a horse. We can put one straight away in the farm over there, but we are going to also have an equerry or a stables somewhere in the vicinity as well, possibly opposite our tavern, which is not extant yet. We obviously haven't got our inn built yet, but we will have. So I hope that you guys will join me for that as well, because that's going to be an exciting development, I think, and I'm really looking forward to it. And hopefully it will be this month, the devs say, that is May. So let's keep our fingers crossed on that one. In the meantime, if you guys have enjoyed this video, don't forget to let me know by hitting that like button. Keep your names for people and places coming on in. And if you've got any suggestions for any other builds that I have, well, I obviously haven't finished yet, but any builds I might have forgotten. And I hope you'll join me next time we play Rising World Medieval. Until then, keep gaming, keep surviving, and stay happy. Bye-bye for now.